Hey guys, Keys here, and I wanted to talk about how I passed the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification exam in 2 weeks. I just want to say that you definitely don't need any sort of tech background to take this exam. I had no idea what the cloud was, I had no idea what AWS services were, and I was completely fine. This exam is really just memorization, so don't worry if you don't have any sort of like tech background, because you're not going to need any of it for this exam. So the first thing I did was watch these YouTube videos by freecodecamp.org. The first video that I watched was the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Certification course, Pass the Exam. It's 13 hours and 25 minutes long. Don't worry, I did not watch this entire video. I only got like 4 hours into it before I was like, there has to be another video that I can watch that's a bit faster and is probably a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, I think this is a great video, and you can definitely probably pass it if you watch this video and then do practice exams. But I think that it's got a lot of things in it that you don't really need, because he goes through like the services themselves, like on AWS, and like how to set them up, and kind of like training exercise, like on actually using AWS. But the thing is, this exam, you're not going to have to do any of that. You just got to know the services, what they do. You got to know some concepts. So you don't really actually have to like go on AWS and do anything. So that's why I thought that this video wasn't the greatest, just because it is helpful to like know how to set them up on AWS, but you don't need to know how to do it for the exam. And so I got like 4 hours into this before I was like, I'm gonna like look for a different video. And so the next video that I went to was AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Training 2020 full course. So it's the 2020 video, and I was a little worried that it'd be a little outdated, but it's not. It's completely fine. This video is about 4 hours long, and this one I did watch the entire thing through, and I think it's better because he still does like go through AWS services and like show you how to set things up, but way less. Like it's nowhere close to as much as often as he was doing it before, and it's just 4 hours long, so it's just way shorter. And you probably don't really want to sit through a 13-hour video. But these are the only two videos that I watched, and I say that when I did watch these videos, I didn't even watch them every day. I think I watched them maybe like for every other day, sometimes back-to-back days, but I didn't actually study every day when I was watching these videos. But when I did study, I probably watched like 2 hours into the video, but that would take me like 3 hours to actually do, because when I was watching the video, I was like taking notes on the slides that he has. So let's just like pull up a slide if he has. So like for example this, like I would write down like on a notebook like elastic beanstalk, like what it is, and like cloud formation, just so that when I got to the practice exams that I was gonna do, like I wouldn't have to like find it in the video. I would just have to like look through my notes. Maybe it's a little bit better if you type it instead of writing it down, so you can like control find, so you don't have to like flip through your pages. I was flipping through a lot of pages. Like the notes I ended up taking, like it was a lot of pages. I think that was a little unnecessary, but I do think it's important to write them down somewhere or type them. I think it'll help you like remember it. So yeah, I was basically just rewriting all the slides that he had on things that on the things he would say. So that's how I went through the videos, and like I said, don't like burn yourself out by like going through all like the videos all in one day or one sitting or whatever. Like you could probably get through this video in one day, honestly. It's 4 hours long, but just break it up. Just let your brain have some time to like understand it and like sleep on it for a little bit, and you'll be fine. So I think going through both of these videos is pretty good. I don't really recommend going through this first video just because it's 13 and a half hours, and I think it's a bit too long. I don't really think you need to watch a video for 13 and a half hours. So I would recommend the 2021 and just take notes. Okay, so after I watched videos, I just went straight to practice exams, and that's basically how I studied. I just did practice exams after. And the first one I went to 3 different practice exams online that I just like Googled. This first one was actually like in the link of this 13.5 hour video. There's a link that gives you a free practice exam. I know this says $24, but there is one exam that's free. You don't have to like enter your credit card or anything. You just have to make an account, I think. And it's got 65 questions, and it's pretty good to do, I think, for your first exam, just because it's by the same like company or the same guy that made this video, so you can basically like it basically it's really good to like make sure you remember like the things you just watched, because it's from the same guy, so the questions are really relevant to the video that you just saw. So I'd say do this one first. It's 65 questions, not gonna take you that long. They got the answers, and then they got descriptions on why it's the right answer, so I think it's pretty helpful. I think when I took it, I did pass, but I got like a 70, like I basically passed by one question. Like the first exam that I took from this one, like I barely passed it. So I still think like it's not enough. Like just doing these two, in my opinion, maybe you could get away with it, but I think you need to do some more questions. And so the next one I went to was actually passamall.com. And you can see here, I once again, I barely passed. I don't think this one's that good, honestly. If you don't want to do this one, I just don't think this one is that great. It's okay. It's still worth doing probably, just because the more questions you do, the better. But out of the three websites that I went to, this is the worst one, in my opinion. But I don't know if like these are on, I don't even know, can I do the second one? Yeah, no. So it's the only one that's free is the first one, but it's got 65 questions. The thing is, I don't know how the hard one is, but the easy and medium are the exact same exam. So yeah, so I guess it's really just one. I don't know if the third one is different, but it's got three, but it's at most two different exams. But honestly, it probably is just worth doing, just because you want to just do as many questions as you can. But the third one, and this is probably what I would go to right away. So I think going to this one first is fine, because you just watched these videos, and you want to see how you're doing now. So going to this one is probably the best. And then just go straight to here, which is examtopics.com. This one has 994 questions. And I didn't even go through all the questions. I would have actually gone through all of them if I had time, but I found this website a day and a half before my exam. Like I had already scheduled it, and I was just like Googling more questions a day and a half before, and I found this. And I probably did like 440 questions. But guys, this one is, I think the reason why I passed, I think, is because this website right here. I'm not kidding. There were literally questions from this website that I found on the exam. And so, if I did all 994, I probably would have been even better, because there were definitely still questions on the exam that I had to kind of guess, because I literally didn't know. There wasn't many, but there was like maybe like 3 or 4 questions I literally was straight up guessing, because I actually had no idea which one the answer was. But maybe if I did all these questions, I would have known it. But this is the best one, in my opinion. You should just go straight to this. So you should basically do the video into this, go straight here into your 994. You should probably try doing all of them. I think it'd be really beneficial. But the kind of weird thing about this website is, like, I don't know who is in charge of like selecting the right answers, but they don't get them right most of the times it's not right. And what I mean by that is, for example, this question. A company needs to simultaneously process hundreds of requests from different users. Which combination of AWS services should the company use to build an operationally efficient solution? The answer is A. It's Amazon Simple Queue Service and AWS Lambda. But I don't know who picked it, but this website is saying the answer is B. And you can see down here it says correct answer B, but look at the community vote. The community is saying it's A, and you can see here it says most voted as well. And so you can go into discussion. You can see what people are saying. This guy said, why is there so many controversial questions? Yeah, this website has a lot of questions that is like kind of, some of them are like kind of like, you're just not like, they're split 50-50. Like you really aren't too sure what the right answer is. There is a right answer. It's just like kind of hard to like know which one it is. But you see everyone on here is saying A, right? And A is definitely the answer. So you can so basically do these questions. Don't listen to what the green box is selecting is the right answer. Look at the discussion. Look at down here the community vote. It says the community is saying A is the answer. Go to discussion. Read up on why it's that. Sometimes people there are gonna be good explanations. Like this one's a pretty long explanation, so you can read up on it. The thing is if you don't know something in here, if let's say you did this question and you got it wrong, or maybe you even got it right, but you didn't know what Athena and Kinesis is. Figure out what that is. Don't just go on. Even if you got it right, don't just move on because you got it right. Make sure you know what all the options are. Because on the exam, it's pretty useful to just know things because you can just straight up eliminate it as an option if you just know what it is and it has nothing to do with what the question's asking for. So when you go through these questions, make sure you know what everything is. It might take you a while to do this, but it's definitely worth it. Make sure you know what all the options are, what they actually are, and then make sure you understand that what this guy, what the website is saying is the right answer might not actually be the right answer. And look at the community, read through it. The thing is, sometimes these questions are actually kind of tricky. And when I say tricky, it's there's two options that could legit be the right answer. And even the community sometimes is split. Sometimes there'll be 60% of one and then 40% of the other. Let's say 60% A, 40% B. And if that's the case, literally just copy the question and paste it into ChatGPT and let ChatGPT answer the question. And then, like I said, learn up and read up about whatever concept it was that you weren't sure about. But yeah, guys, this website is really good. Like I said, there are questions on this website that were straight up on the exam. And there's going to be a lot of topics on here that you're not going to know from watching this video and doing this exam. This to me is not enough. You have to do this, in my opinion. It's literally the best way. It's the best way to understand what type of questions, how they're going to give you these questions, and I think it really is a really good practice exam. Guys, another thing that I did, this wasn't really to study. I guess it does kind of help you, but I don't really think it was that helpful. Looking back, this didn't really help me on the exam, but it gives you 25% discount, so you save $25 because the exam's $100. So it's nice to do if you want to do it. The thing is, it kind of takes a while. It took me 5 hours to do it. I just grinded it out in one day. It's basically a game. It says here, it's a role-playing learning game that helps you develop practical cloud skills through interactive learning and hands-on activities using AWS resources. So yeah, you go onto AWS, it gives you a temporary account, and you can follow along and understand how to use the services, actually use them. Because like I said, this exam, you don't have to do that. You just have to memorize what the services do, what the concepts are. You don't actually have to go into AWS and do anything. This game thing, you do that. So I don't really think it's that necessary to do because you're not going to do it on the exam, but it does give you $25 off. But it does take 5 hours. At least it took me 5 hours, and I was going through it as quickly as I could. Just something to throw out there. You don't have to do it at all if you just want to get a discount. The thing is, I think it's expiring really soon. I think the last day to do it, it doesn't say anywhere, but I remember it was saying this coupon or discount is only valid sometime into June. I don't know if it was or July. I don't know if it was the beginning of July that it expires or the end of July. But if you just want to save a little bit of money, then you can just do it. So yeah, guys, that's how I did it. I really only did those 3 things: the YouTube videos, the practice exams, and then the Cloud Quest. But that was kind of unnecessary. Um, I will say that, when you do register for your exam, you should probably actually get there 30 minutes early, because you just gotta, it actually took me like 30 minutes to like get everything ready before the exam, because they make you take pictures of your ID, then you gotta like take pictures of your entire room, then you gotta wait for like an actual proctor, and like the queue time for me was 18 people were ahead of me, and so it took me like 15 minutes just waiting in queue just to like talk to the proctor, and then he like after that like he lets you like take the exam, but you still gotta wait. Like there's still a line. I don't know if there's gonna be a line every day. I took mine on Wednesday at 10 a.m. but I wasn't expecting it to actually take 30 minutes, but it actually did like take 30 minutes. So probably should get there 30 minutes before. And yeah, you guys will be fine. It's just memorization, and I really highly recommend going through all 994 questions on exam topics. I really think this is the best website to do. Then again, I only looked at 3 websites, but this one just this one I'm pretty sure is the reason why I passed, is because I did questions on this website. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck on your exam, and I'll see you guys in the next video.